Yo, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I kind of feel that if you did deal with any trauma in your life, some major, major extreme, like over the top trauma, and it just happened repeatedly, repeatedly to the point to where it just determined your life and your choices, your bad choices, your wrong directions. I kind of feel that Satan, that was all Satan's doing. Like he knew what you were capable of and what you were destined for, and he just knew. So in a strange way, like I don't know, because I grew up with a God fearing and constant praying mom. You know what I mean? So to me, it just seemed a little bit kind of off of the traumas that I went through. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it was just weird, and this is just the you know, it just seemed kind of off, the kind of strange things that I went through. And I would always think until like, man, like I don't get it. My mom used to over pray over me all the time. Like I don't get it why I would go through this, you know. But like she would always pray over me. She would just constantly pray over me, and I never got it why I had to go through what I went through with those traumas in my life. I don't really understand. And I used to think and used to blame the Most High for it. I would look around and say, why do these people have, tremendous lives and didn't have to go through what I went through? Like I don't get it. And they're just striving. Like, man, I had a feeling that it had me believing that God hated me. It had me believing all these traumas, but no, it's Satan, in reality of the situation, who hates you, who doesn't want you to strive, who brings these traumatic events so you can just guys, he's the master of deception and lies. So of course he's going to try to put you through those traumatic events so it can just, it's like almost like a domino effect. Whatever traumatic event you went through, it it knocks over and determines the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like like dominoes. You knock one over, they all go down, and that's like your life right there. It all goes down from there. Because I went through a few traumatic events. I was taken advantage of as a child and exposed to pornography around the same time when I was exposed to pornography. So I used to just you know masturbate a lot. You know what I'm saying? And just spew out my energy just constantly and detrimenting and tarnishing my soul. It got to a point where I was doing it 5 times a day. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 times a day. And I just wanted to watch badder and badder and badder and more harder and darker stuff, and that's just what it was doing to me. It was detrimenting my soul. It was detrimental to my soul. You know, I almost felt lifeless when I was at my peak of when I was doing that to myself. I almost felt lifeless, honestly. And that was all doing because of Satan. Notice how his plan, you know what I'm saying? Notice I could have been destined for something great, but he threw that trauma in. You get what I'm saying? It's Satan who knows what you're destined for. It's Satan who knows what you mean to God. And if you went through these traumas, honestly, you mean something dear to the Most High, something extremely dear to the Most High. So that's why Satan attacks. You know, you know, uh, most of us chosen few go through this. What is it? Trauma. You get what I'm saying? But that's what it did to me. You know what I'm saying? Then I discovered, on the year 2020 during COVID, I discovered, NoFap, and semen retention, and I got on it and I got my life back. And now that I'm following Christ and praying and fasting and just giving my life to the Most High, I got even more of my life back. You get what I'm saying? And, I'm finally destined to, I'm a bodybuilder now, so I'm destined to be the person that I was, you know, today. You know what I'm saying? I'm destined to be the person that I am today. I was destined for that. You know what I mean? But I guess Satan guys, he's destined to go to hell and burn for eternity. This is why he tries to ruin other people's lives. He knows what he's destined for. We're not destined to burn in hell. I mean, if we choose not to follow the Most High, of course, yeah, we're destined to go to hell. But if we choose to follow him, and get right with him, and don't and not tarnish our souls, then yeah, of course, we're destined to go to heaven. But he's not destined to, he's just straight destined to go to hell. And this is why he tries to ruin. He's a miserable entity, so he tries to ruin other people's lives. He tries to tarnish people's legacies. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? He tries to ruin people's marriages. He tries to give people, kids like me a trauma. Well, little kids like me, like how I once was, trauma, so it can just determine the rest of their lives. So like, honestly, guys, it's just, it was the devil the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And, that's why, like, I'm just giving you guys confirmation so you guys know if you went through any kind of trauma, any sort of trauma, honestly, it's because you meant something dear to the Most High, and then also Satan hated it and couldn't stand it. So that's why. When my mom told me the story that I didn't even know about. When she was pregnant with me, she told me in the hospital, she was lying on the hospital bed when she was pregnant with me, and she heard an inner dark voice say, "I hate your kids." You know what I mean? So like that was confirmation right there. When she told me that was confirmation for me that Satan hated my guts, and that's why I went through what I went through. God had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But I got my life back. I have strength, and even more strength than I thought I could ever have. You know what I'm saying? And now I can help others out who don't have the strength. You got what I'm saying? But something in my heart told me to put this video out there to confirm, to give you guys any kind of confirmation that whatever you've been through in life, whatever you're going through in life, just know that, the trauma that you dealt with, it was because Satan hated your guts. That's all it was. Satan hated you because you mean something great to the Most High. You are destined for great things. You have a potential. You had something, you had a great potential that could have skyrocketed your life to great things, and Satan just hated it and couldn't stand it. You know what I'm saying? And he just wanted your life to go downhill. That's why. So, that's all it is, honestly, guys. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it, honestly. Like, now that when she told me that story, when she was pregnant with, me, when she gave me that confirmation, it was just like, man, bro, it's just, man, the devil is the master of deception. You know what I'm saying? He's a master of deception. So that's why he tries to get us with, with this deception and these lies, lies and deception, honestly. And it can just, guys, it could be multiple traumas. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same as me. You may have been bullied and mocked, all through elementary, all the way through like high school. I went through that. You may have been, I was overweight, and it just seemed kind of off to me that, back in high school, there was other guys that were like way bigger than me. You know what I mean? And nobody would point the finger at them. You know what I'm saying? But they would be quick enough to point the finger at me and make fun of me, and just, just a bunch of just, I don't know, man. It just seemed kind of off, like just weird. And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Through all the trauma that I went through, I was even told by teachers, like, you're not going to, there was this one teacher in particular that used to tell me, you're going to be picking cans all the way. You're going to be picking cans, homeless. That's what your future's like. Like, he used to like just talk bad about me and make all the children just laugh at me. Like, really, like, it's a teacher telling me this, you know what I mean? And for no reason, like, and it's just the devil. That's all it is. It's Satan. You know what I mean? And when I told, this is how, I think this was his plan to make my mom lose faith in God. When I told her, knowing that her youngest son, that happened to him at a young age, you know what I'm saying? When I told her, she was crying, but she didn't stop her faith. Not saying she didn't care. She was crying. It hurt her, but she still continued to strong on with her faith to God. That's all Satan tries to do, is just try to break people away from the Lord. You know what I mean? And that's what his plan is, his deception is to be and is to do. You know what I mean? But if the devil really hates you with a passion and you went through those traumas, is because you are something special. You're pretty much, you're something special to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my honest opinion, you're really something special and dear to the Lord, honestly. And that's just confirmation, and I'm just glad that, I surpassed all, the demons and the trauma and all that stuff and the obstacles, and just, and shaming the devil. You know what I'm saying? When I, it's also, related to like hex curses. This is all the devil, hex curses that you had to go through, hex curses, generational curses, a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do another video on that, you guys, but that's all I wanted to tell you guys, that, it's all the devil. It's all the devil's doing. That's it. It's nobody else. It's not God. Don't be mad at God. It wasn't Jesus. It wasn't nobody's doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't think less of yourselves or that he's done with you or anything like that, or he never liked you to begin with. He did. You know what I mean? He's always loved you. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to end it with that, guys. Just know this. Jesus loves you. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? As do I in a brother in Christ. All right. See y'all later.